These are all 27 final forms in Demon Slayer, so let's get right into it with Zenitsu Agatsuma, who might seem like a coward, but in his final form, he shows his true potential. During the fight against the new Upper Moon 6 Kaigaku, Zenitsu unveils the 7th form of Thunder Breathing, Flaming Thunder God, a move he created himself. This technique pushes his speed and power to new limits, showcasing a fearless and determined Zenitsu who's far from the scared boy we first met. Next up is Nezuko Kamado, whose final form is her sunlight immunity, which she managed to develop suddenly after the battle against Huntengu. This allows her to walk in the sun, which no other demon has ever been able to do. Inosuke Hashibira's final form comes when he fully masters his self-created beast-breathing techniques. His peak moment happens during the battle against Upper Moon 2, Doma, where his agility, reflexes, and instinctual fighting style shine. Inosuke's final form doesn't come with flashy new moves, but rather with his improved senses and adaptability in battle. Kanao Tsuyuri, the quiet but deadly flower-breathing user, reaches her peak in her battle against Doma. Her final form involves the use of the final form, Equinoctial Vermilion Eye, a technique that raises Kanao's kinetic vision to its maximum. While using this technique, Kanao perceives the world as if it were in slow motion. However, this technique puts immense strain on her eyes, risking blindness. The final forms of Gyomei, Giyu, Mitsuri, Obanai, Sanemi, and Muichiro is their Demon Slayer mark form. This mark grants the bearer enhanced abilities, including increased strength, speed, reflexes, and a heightened sense of perception, significantly boosting their combat capabilities against demons. However, the mark comes with a drawback. It drastically shortens the user's lifespan, typically limiting them to live only until the age of 25. Muichiro was the first Hashira to awaken the mark when he fought Gyoko. Then Mitsuri awakened her mark when she fought Zoakuten. Giyu awakened his Demon Slayer mark when he fought against Akaza at the Infinity Castle. Obanai awakened his mark when he fought against Nakime, and both Gyomei and Sanemi awakened their marks when they fought against Upper Moon 1, Kokushibo. The former sound, Hashira Tengen Uzui's final form, is his musical score. Tengen developed this technique using his heightened sense of hearing to work in conjunction with his sound breathing, where he analyzes combat maneuvers and deconstructs the rhythm of his enemies' attacks into sound, reading them like sheet music to the point every fight becomes like a song. This allows Tengen to gain an understanding of his opponent's habits and tactics, as well as their blind spots, giving him the edge against them. The final form of the insect, Hashira Shinobu Kocho, is her rage form, which she displayed during her battle against Doma. This rage that she displayed against Doma is all of her anger that has grown inside of her since the death of her older sister Kanai by the hands of Doma, and although we have seen glimpses of her anger, we have never seen Shinobu lose control of her calmness until now. Everyone's favorite, Kyojuro Rengoku. Kyojuro's final form is the most powerful flame-breathing technique, his 9th form, Rengoku, which he used against Akaza. This flame-breathing technique takes the form of a flaming Japanese dragon that envelopes the user as they are charging towards the target and is powerful enough to completely carve out the ground in its wake. Talking about Akaza, his final form is seen in his battle against Tanjiro and Giyu, where his compass needle technique reaches its full potential, allowing him to predict enemy attacks with uncanny accuracy. Now to Yushiro, who suddenly at the Infinity Castle felt a severe pain in his chest, which was the result of Muzan killing Tamayo and absorbing her cells. He tears the floorboards as he kneels down, seething and crying with rage as he realizes that Tamayo has been killed. So Yushiro's final form is his rage form, which helped the Hashiras massively during the entire Infinity Castle arc. Daki reaches her final form when Gyutaro gives her his right eye and implants it into Daki's forehead. This then enhances and strengthens all of his sister's abilities and powers. Gyutaro reaches his rage form, which is his final form, when he was fighting the sound Hashira Tengen, as Tengen kept pushing Gyutaro back with his new unlocked musical score, which only made Gyutaro angrier until he started to rage. Gyoko reached his final form when he was fighting Muichiro. Gyoko was shown to molt and transform into his true form, which bore heavy resemblance to that of a merman. In this state, Gyoko retained his facial features and muscular physique, but now possessed a more humanoid body covered in transparent scales akin to a fish. He also grew much larger, attains a mane of longer fishtail-like hair, dark markings on various places around his body, webbed hands with turquoise blue scales, and a long serpent-like tail in place of his legs. Huntengu's final form is Zoakuden. Zoakuden was an extremely powerful demon. Through his blood demon art, he is able to summon and manipulate wood made from his flesh to use for his liking, whether to protect Hantengu, create a podium for himself, or use offensively in form of giant dragon-like entities. He was also able to use the blood demon arts of Sakido, Karaku, Aizetsu, and Irogi, essentially giving him 5 blood demon arts all in one. Nakime reached her final form when she became the Upper Moon 4 after Hantengu had been killed by Tanjiro. Nakime has one of the most, if not the most powerful blood demon art of them all, as Nakime's blood demon art takes the form of an extra-dimensional space that houses a fortress of immense scale. As its owner, Nakime possesses absolute dominion over the space, being able to manipulate and alter it at will by simply strumming her biwa. Hotaru Haganazuka reached his final form when he was training to become an even better swordsmith. This form is called Gigachad, as he is incredibly muscular. Genya Shinazugawa's final form is his demon form, which he gained against the Upper Moon one, Kokushibo. As we all know, Genya is able to consume the flesh of demons and gain immense strength, and that is exactly what he did. Genya consumed Kokushibo's hair and a chunk of his flesh katana, gaining enough strength to develop his own blood demon art. The Upper Moon 2 Doma's final form is his cryokinetic blood demon art. Doma can generate ice and frost from his flesh and blood and can spawn it anywhere in his vicinity, as well as manipulating it at will, allowing him to unleash incredibly potent ice techniques. Additionally, the ice created from his blood demon art is extremely lethal to those that inhale it, causing the cells of the victim's lungs to die and rendering them unable to breathe very quickly. Kokushibo's final form is his monster form, which he reaches when he is facing off against the Hashira at the Infinity Castle. But why did he become a monster? Well, Kokushibo fears defeat, which stems from his inferiority complex and desire for strength. This fear causes him to become increasingly aggressive and desperate in battle, relying on his demon powers. However, as he faces off against the Hashira, Kokushibo realizes the heavy cost of his pursuit of strength. He becomes a grotesque monster, far from his idealized vision of becoming the strongest samurai like his brother, highlighting how his ambitions and resentment have twisted him. Kagaya Ubuyashiki reached his final form when he was eye-to-eye against the Demon King. Kagaya was on the brink of death because of the curse that was laid upon his clan, but still he was fighting the curse to be able to talk to Muzan once and for all. Although he knew Muzan would want to kill him, he also knew that Muzan would want to hear him out first. Right before Muzan went in for the kill, Kagaya blew up the Demon Slayer Corps headquarters with both himself and Muzan in the center of the explosion. Talking about the Demon King, Muzan Kibutsuji's final form is his aged form. After Muzan neutralizes Tamayo's human conversion drug and emerges from his flesh cocoon, Muzan's hair grows in length and turns white due to Shinobu's poison accelerating his age. He also grows numerous mouths all over his limbs, each one lined with a set of incredibly sharp teeth. His skin also appears to have a dark red mass growing from the ends of his limbs and branching onto his body. Last but not least, Tanjiro Kamado, whose final form is his Demon King form, which he reached when he got turned into a demon by Muzan. In this state, Tanjiro gains immense regenerative abilities and increased strength, nearly unstoppable until his friends manage to turn him back. The raw power and desperation of this form make it one of the most memorable moments in the entire Demon Slayer series, and some people argue that Demon King Tanjiro would be able to take down even Yoriichi. What do you think? And there you have it, all 27 characters' final forms in Demon Slayer. Which final form was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.